Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is SUCI RAMADHANI and I'm from the PBI-B class and I will explain my answer regarding the first assignment in the linguistic course. Okay, the first question is I will answer the first questions. Morphology is a branch of linguistics that studies the internal structure of words, how words are formed from the smallest meaningful units, morphemes, and how words forms can change according to their function and meanings. For a simple example, the root word ajar, to teach, can change into belajar, to learn, pengajar, teacher, ajaran, lesson, and teaching, mengajar, to teach. These chains are governed by morphological rules, and each form carries a new meaning. Okay, the second question is I will answer the second question. Language operates through three major layers. The first is phonology, the second is morphology, and the last is semantic. Phonology is the sounds, like A, G, and R, for etc., and morphology is combining sounds into meaningful units, morphemes, and words. The third is semantic, the meaning of words or sentence. Well, morphology is in the middle from the sounds perspective. Morphology takes a sequence of phonemes. For example, it's become the morpheme ajar. From a meaning perspective, morphology labels ajar as transfer of knowledge. And then, through morphological processes, affixations, reduplications, and compositions, meaning can develop teaching. Carrying out teaching activities. Students, person who learns. Teaching process. So morphology is a kind of pride. It ensures that the sounds we pronounce don't stop as a series of phonemes, but can be transformed into words that carry clear and understandable meaning. To simplify, phonology is sounds. Morphology is word structure. Semantic is meaning, and morphology is the direct link between abstract sounds and the meaning we understand. Okay, the next question is okay. The answer is revolution of morphology is from classical era, this Greek, Latin, and Arabic. This era is focused on word forms and rules, mainly normative, teaching standard grammar. The next is 19th century, historical comparative linguistics. Use morphology to trace language history and relationships. The next is structuralism, early 20th century. Descriptive approach were analyzed into morphemes, small meaningful units. Generative 150s onwards. Morphology seen as mental rules for forming words, linked with phonology and syntax. And the last is modern era, expanded into many areas: typology, cognitive studies, computational, and neurolinguistic. Okay, the next question is Okay, the answer is the difference between free morphemes and bound morphemes. The first is free morphemes. The morphemes that can stand alone as meaningful words. It does not need to be combined with other morphemes to have meaning. For example, book, buku, happy, senang, run, lari, ajar in Indonesian. So the second is bound morpheme, a morpheme that cannot stand alone. It must be attached to another morpheme, usually a free morpheme, to have meaning. So it can take the form of an affix, prefix, suffix, infix, circumfix. For example, as plural marker cats, aid, past tense mark, played, and negation prefix unhappy. Bird in Indonesian, jalan, kan Indonesian, mengajarkan. In summary, free morpheme, a word that can stand alone. Bound morpheme needs to be attached to another word to be meaningful. The next question is, and the answer is, teaching morphology helps students build vocabulary by learning words through their smaller parts, so they can guess the meaning of new word without only memorizing. It also improves grammar accuracy because students learn how words change based on tense, subject, or functions, and they become more aware of irregular word forms.